Welcome back, everybody. This is Eric and Chad here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Today we've got another 5 guns video for you, and we thought, you know, and it's so crazy why in the world we haven't done this yet. How about the top 5 concealable handguns? This is something that, you know, we actually get asked quite a bit about concealed carry guns, and I know that it's summer, lots of folks are traveling around and lots of folks are carrying where they go, and when you're in your bathing suit, or you're in your golf shorts, all right, you need a very concealable firearm. So on a serious note, what would be some good concealable guns? Now, we can't always pick just 5, but we have 5 basic categories.
We always change this up. It's like top 5 guns, but we got 6. Top 5 guns, but we got 10.
In this show, we make up the rules as we go along. Okay, so we have top 5 basic categories that these concealed carry guns fall into, and then we got a wild card category. So, in no particular order, let's go down the line.
Yeah, I mean, might as well start down here. So, little single stack striker fired guns, and people are gonna hate us because we don't have a shield on this table, but the shield gets an honorable mention.
Oh, the shields are awesome. I mean, I carry a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a Glock 42 little single stack 380. I mean, tiny little devil. This thing really kind of took the market by storm when it was released a few years back. And this one is Tiffany blue. This one's Brandy's, Eric's wife's gun.
It's blue.
It's blue.
That's fine.
Teal, green, something like that. But I carry a 43, which is the 42's bigger brother. And this is my little Robar Glock 43, single stack. It's got a few improvements to it, and odds and ends, Trijicon night sights. But this is a gun that I've carried for the past 2.5 years, I guess, pretty much religiously. I mean, I'll carry a 19 in the wintertime a lot, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I mean, this is compact guns. 19 is kind of on the upper end of like being a real compact gun to carry all the time. But for summer carry and stuff like that, a lot of people like to go to a single stack. And with these Hive mag extensions, this is a +2, so I've got 8 shots here, actually 7 shots plus 1, and then I've got 8 shots in the spare mag, and just a wonderful, wonderful piece to conceal carry. And this is a little Wolf Hollow tactical holster that I've been using for the past 2.5 years with a spare mag. I mean, it's just a wonderful, wonderful gun. And a lot of people, they'll go between the Shield and the 43, like which one's better. It's like, we've shot both a lot.
They're comparable.
And they are very comparable. They
I have to say, I'm more of a shield guy myself. I've got a Performance Center shield, and I bought Brandy a Performance Center 9mm shield. They're excellent guns. So for category 1, we'll say a small striker-fired single-stack pistol would be an excellent choice. So whether you go with a 42, a 43, whether you go with a shield, whether you go with a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard, any of those small concealable guns are going to fit the bill, okay? And these guns are very, very, very popular in the concealed carry world. I have to say, I'm a shield man. I prefer the shield, but I do like Glock 43. It's a cool gun. All right, let's get into the mouse gun category. This is where you're going to get into like your Ruger LCPs. Like I've got a vintage Beretta Minx here. This one's a 22 short, but they can do these in 25s. The mouse gun category, 32s, 380s. They do have their place. You check that out here.
Well, the LCP is one that we've had pretty good bit of experience with. We've shot the LCP, the LCP2, and I have to say, kind of the LCP2 was giving us some issues early on.
Yeah, there's the 2.
But it seems to be a little bit more ammunition sensitive with the LCP2 than the original one. But these guns have proven themselves to be pretty good, reliable pocket guns. Okay.
Well, on the LCP2, they definitely improved the sights.
They did. The sights are definitely a little bit more visible. I mean, you can tell between the two. I mean, the original sights are very, very low profile. I mean, literally a point-shoot gun, but...
Let's see. But Brandy has a Crimson Trace laser grip on this gun, which is cool. Some people will he and haul over 380 and whether or not it's a viable self-defense round. And look, with a lot of the improvements that have been made in projectile designs, powder designs, and just some of the breakthroughs that have occurred in carry ammunition, the 380 is no slouch, guys. I mean, especially at close defense ranges, a 380 is definitely something you don't want to play around with.
It can definitely hold its own.
It can hold its own. So you got your mouse gun category, and look, there are many, many, many different guns that can fall into the mouse gun category.
This is Eric's favorite. I'll let him discuss that.
Yeah. I'm a real big proponent of the Beretta Minx. I like these little pistols. I think they're cool. This is more of a pocket pistol. So
But you can't do nothing with 22 long rifle. What are you talking about?
You can. But I do like the Beretta Minxes. I think they're cool little guns. And this is definitely, to me, the epitome of a teacup gun. Like a little tiny bitty little, all right, little fella, let's just come on down in my pocket here and let's go to town and go get the mail or whatever. Okay. So you've got your striker fired single stacks. You've got your mouse guns. All right, now let's get into maybe some of the things that are maybe a little bit outside the wheelhouse, but are worth mentioning. Okay, so let's just say compact double stacks. All right, now this is where you get into a little bit different wheelhouse. I mean, like here we got a Beretta Combat Plus, and this is a 15-shot 380. So you're still on the 380 kick that you are in the LCP, but you're getting into a bigger gun with a double stack frame that accepts a 15-shot magazine. So you get literally 15 rounds of 380 in your hand. And you notice where the sights get their lineage.
Oh yeah. I would say that an honorable mention for like a double stack, 380-ish gun would be like a CZ82 or a CZ83.
Sure.
Okay. I mean, you do have 9x19 or 9x18 Mac, and you do have one available in 380. So, those are excellent guns. The first carry gun that I ever had was a Makarov.
Yeah, I had
single stack 9x18, and they are fantastic firearms. They're very inexpensive. Even today, they're still relatively inexpensive compared to a lot of the newer guns that are on the market.
Man, I've got a Hungarian PA-63 over there that I carried for years and years and years. I love it. Great gun. Lightweight, alloy frame. In fact, I'll grab the dang thing.
But these guns are just wonderful, and the Bersas do get their lineage from like the Mac line and the CZ lineup and all that. But they're just wonderful handguns. And literally, this 5 categories. Oh, I love these little PA-63s.
Yeah, that's an alloy frame gun. It's a single stack, and it's outside of the wheelhouse, so it fits into category 3 because it's kind of in the Makarov type sort of thing, and that's the reason that this Black Label 380. This is a Browning 1911 and 380, and it's got the G10 grips. And this is a gun that I bought Brandy for Christmas. She likes 1911s.
Man, you got giant hands, man.
But she likes, a small type of 1911. So this is, again, in category 3, something that's kind of outside the wheelhouse. Yeah, it's a single stack.
About to say.
But it's 1911. The slide's longer, though. So when you get into single stacks like these, it just seems like, see how much longer that slide is? It's a much longer arrangement. I don't know. And it's a 1911. So I know we're going to get some hate about this because some people are like, you shouldn't carry a 1911. It's an outdated gun and you shouldn't carry one. We're not going to tell people they shouldn't carry 1911. If you like 1911, if yours works and you're comfortable with it, then by all means, carry the dang thing.
The world is full of options.
The world is full of options, which leads us to option 4, revolvers. Okay? Now, this is another area that we might get a little bit of hate on, but let me finish. Bear with me. Don't kill the messenger. Okay? Don't start trolling just yet. Okay.
Hold your trolling. Hold your trolling to the end.
Shush! Right now. Look, revolvers have their use. Okay? The manual of arms is super simple to use. They're really accurate. They're extremely reliable. You're never going to have a stoppage or an issue out of a quality revolver. And this is a J-frame model 640, and this is a Wiley clap. And it's ported.
Clap!
It's got a night sight up front. It's got a real nice set of grips on it. And it's a 5-shot, 38 special, alloy frame.
Deburred all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, smooth
Every
edges.
form of deburring you could ever ask for. But, man, what a smooth double action on this gun. And it's ported and everything like that. Revolvers have their place. This is a great gun to throw in your pocket if you need to. Put it in a little holster, tuck it in your waistband. It's nice and compact. It's easy to carry. It's 5 rounds, always on you. You know it's there.
Now
it's
that
reliable.
That one is a 357 mag, correct?
No, 38 special.
38 special. Now I've got a like early 70s J-frame, all stainless steel Model 60 in a 5-shot 38. And I carried that thing for the longest time. Savwall leather holster with a set of laser grips on it. And my wife, she shoots that gun more accurately than she does like a 42 or 43, which is insane. But she prefers that revolver over just about any other autoloader that I've got. It's crazy. But she just does really well with it.
Revolvers have their place, okay? You may not be a revolver guy, but don't assume that there aren't people out there that don't like revolvers, because, you know, revolvers have their place. And I think that you are definitely not unarmed if you have a good 5-shot 38 special. There's nothing to say that a 38 is not a lot of firepower. Get a good load in it, and it's a perfectly good gun. I carry a revolver all the time. I don't always carry an autoloader. Sometimes I carry a wheel gun, and it's okay. And
the internet may say otherwise.
Internet may say otherwise. All right, category 5, double stack super subcompact pistols. Okay, this is a little bit outside of the wheelhouse of something like the 42 or the 43 or the Shield, where those guns are single stacks. Your subcompact varieties of Glocks, for instance, like this Model 26, highly modified Model 26, I might say. This particular Model 26 is a double stack. So on the top end, yeah, she's a little bit shorter, but she's still big and fat like a standard Glock, and she's still got the big old huge grip like a Glock. But it'll accept any 9mm Glock double stack magazine. So you can, you know, put bigger mags in it. And it is a little bit girthier of a gun, so that's why it's a little bit lower in the list. And these guns may not be for everybody, but it is an option.
Yep. I mean, it's not terribly more wide than the 43, but when you carry one like I do, like appendix, you notice that extra little bit of
It's a big old honking fat grip on that gun.
But a lot of people would say that one of the detriments to the 43 is the fact that it can't take extended magazines or, like, you know, standard capacity mags. But you know, honestly, I still would rather carry the 43 on a daily basis, though.
I think subcompact double stacks have their place for certain applications and for some people. Say you're a law enforcement officer. How many law enforcement officers out there carry a Model 27 in addition to their Model 22? Model 27 is an ankle gun. It's a double stack frame that can still take standard service magazines. So having a double stack frame as a backup is a great way that if your main gun goes down, you've got your ankle gun as a backup, and you can still run the service ammunition that you're already carrying. So there are applications where maybe as a backup gun to, we're going to get to that in a moment, but as a backup gun to a larger gun, or maybe you have one of these stuffed in a backpack or stuffed in a 3-day bag, and you know that your go bag has Glock mags in it, and to just have one of these on standby, knowing that you've got something that can launch 9mm out of your standard Glock mags. So compatibility, I think, is a big thing with double stack subcompacts, and that may be something that people want to adhere to. Or some people may have bigger hands, and some of these 42s, 43s, Shields, or some of these other mouse guns, or maybe even some of these more like Makarov style variants, or like this gun, can be a little bit small for some hands. Maybe you have a huge set of paws and you got some big old giant hands and you need a little bit more to grab on.
I hope John Lovell doesn't watch this video.
Well, but the thing is, there is a physical aspect to whether or not your hands are physically big enough to hold the gun. Like, you have to be able to control the gun.
Or if your big bear mitts swallow a gun.
Exactly. So that is a wheelhouse. So you have striker fired, single stacks, mouse guns, double stack, an odd wheelhouse variety, whether it's single stack, double stack, but more of your Makarov, Walther, PPK style of gun, which has its place, revolvers, and then subcompact double stacks. That's where most of your carry guns are going to fall into these basic categories. All right, so there's a wild card category, and we'll call it, for the purposes of this video, because this is top 5 ultra concealable guns, right? Most concealable. All right, this is the Goldilocks zone. All right, this is the area where you get into maybe a little bit bigger gun with a little bit more firepower, but many circles still consider this to be a very, very concealable gun.
I carried a 19 for a long time.
Yeah.
But Glock 19 is like probably the most popular carry gun besides like the 43 and the Shield out there. I mean, more people carry this gun than you might realize. But there's a lot of guys that started carrying these things appendix with, you know, like basically special holsters with an extra mag and everything in there. And honestly, if you have the right holster, I've worn a few of these in appendix holsters, and if you have the right holster, you can conceal a 19 pretty dang well. And there's a lot of guys that conceal these with freaking RMRs on them. I mean, lights, full-size lights, the whole 9 yards. I can't say how comfortable that is. They say, oh, I don't even feel that thing. I'm like, really?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about that.
That's a Raven concealment with a high sweat guard on the back. So that's a really nice option.
But that's a lot of firepower in your hand for a self-defense scenario.
This is a lot of firepower, but even though this isn't a Goldilocks zone for when you start considering like super concealment or deep concealment, a Glock 19 can deeply be concealed depending on how you're dressed, and a Glock 19 affords you a lot of firepower. I know a lot of people are like, oh, y'all are always on Glocks and all this stuff. I mean, look, Glocks work. They are good guns. Now, I like my M&Ps too. Now, this slot could easily be filled by an M&P 2.0 or M&P compact or even a shield, depending on, you can get into the 45 ACP shield, which is still a single shack. Single shack. It's a single stack. How about that? It's still a single stack, but it is a physically larger gun. But you're stepping up to 45 bore, which gives you a little bit more power. Okay, so there's always a trade-off. All right, so for some of you 1911 guys out there, I'm just going to mention quickly.
It's a Kimber. Wait a minute.
It's not a dang Kimber, all right? I'm just going to mention that in the Goldilocks zone also, when we compare the size of the Glock 19 to this scandium-framed 1911 from Smith & Wesson. Okay, this is an E-Series 1911 with a scandium frame. This particular holster was made by Drew up at All Purpose Carry. Okay, he's the guy that goes around and he'll make holsters for you while you're wait, which is really cool, okay? So he made a paddle holster for it, but it's got the bobtail. It's a single stack. It is a 1911. And before you guys start getting the pitchforks out, yes, I like this gun. And I have carried it before. It's very comfortable to carry. And this gun has a lot of really cool features. It's got the serrations on top, which help with glare. It's got really aggressive cocking serrations. It's got a recessed, muzzle. It's got excellent night sights on it. It's got a lot of cool features. Good aggressive stippling on the front of the grip and the back mainspring housing. I'm sorry. It's got a pretty good, generous beaver tail, but not too long. And it's a good gun. It's scandium framed, real lightweight. So if you are going to carry a 1911. I mean, this would be a good one.
The thing is,
God, it shoots so good.
I know, this is a sweet shooter, but the big thing with me with 1911s is, if you're not carrying one that's bobtailed, the thing just prints like crazy.
If you haven't shot one either with that bobtail, you don't know what you're missing. You have got to try 1911 with the bobtail.
Yep. It's just so immensely comfortable.
Compare the size on that 19, just out of curiosity. Now it is a hair longer.
Make some bigger holes, but man, less rounds though, man.
Now to be fair, it is thinner. It is thinner than the 19. So yeah, you get 15 shots of 9mm in your hand with a 19.
Well,
but you can't deny 8 rounds of 45. It's still a good contender.
Now the grip is actually just a hair wider on the E-Series here, just because of the panels. But you could put thinner panels
lower profile panels.
Put thinner panels on there, like some VZ or something like that. Ooh, boy.
I think that's the plan there.
So here you go. Get some VZs for it.
So that's a 1911 that is a little bit more in the compact category.
And it's not a Kimber.
And it's not a Kimber.
Oh,
this is a Smith & Wesson. This is Smith & Wesson 1911. So there's pretty much your 6 categories. I know we always have a wild card, and this video actually had several wild cards.
I thought this was a 5 guns video. What did I just watch?
It is a 5 guns video, but thank you guys so much for sticking with us in this video. Hopefully you learned something. We kind of put it out there like we see it. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching today's video. If you love this channel and you love consuming the content, guys, consider donating $1 on Patreon to help us out. Maybe purchase a man can. Man cans are a mystery box that we sell every month, and the funds that we earn off of those boxes go right into supporting the channel and allowing us to continue to be advocates for the Second Amendment, continue to put out content, entertain you guys, to educate you guys. Also, we sell shirts over on Force from Freedom, like the one I'm wearing here, which is pretty aptly important for the video we're making today. But, guys, if you love the channel and you want to support us, consider purchasing a shirt, a man can, maybe donating a few bucks on Patreon. And it really, really, really benefits us, and we really appreciate your support if you're willing to do that. Those of you that do support us, thank you very much. You allow us to put this content out, and you allow us to speak our minds and say what we want, and we thank you very much for it. Thanks for watching today's video. We have many more 5 guns on the way, more gunsmithing, reloading, lots of shooting stuff, more milsurp stuff, and we'll be getting into some hunting stuff this year. Tons of fun stuff that we can't wait to show you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
See you guys.